The Jets corner duo of Sauce Gardner and DJ Reed has been downright phenomenal. Hey, what's going on? Matt O'Leary back with another video. Today I'm talking about DJ Reed and Sauce Gardner. Before we get into the video, just wanted to mention you can follow on social media at Matt O'Leary NY. Before we get started today, also make sure to check out the Just Jets podcast. New episodes come out every single Wednesday. You can call in, leave your reactions. I'll get to them on the show. And last but not least, please make sure to check out busr.com/Matt. You get a match deposit bonus. I don't know why that was so hard to say. Match deposit bonus and free casino chips using my link when you sign up. It's worth your while. They are a trusted sports book, and that's where I go to place my bets, not only on the New York Jets, but just in the NFL in general. Okay, so just how good has DJ Reed and Sauce Gardner been? Well, phenomenal. Like, you cannot ask for either of those two guys to be any better. Here are the numbers when targeted. DJ Reed, 18 targets, 8 completions, 73 yards, 0 touchdowns, an interception, a PBU, and a 32.9 rating. Sauce Gardner, 19 targets, 9 completions, 101 yards, 1 touchdown, no picks yet, 4 pass breakups, and an 81.3 rating. Combine those two, so the Jets corner duo as a whole, 37 targets, 17 completions, 174 yards, 4.7 yards per attempt, a 45.9 completion percentage, and 0 penalties. In today's NFL, the 0 penalties honestly stands out the most. People are getting called for flags all the time, especially corners. And one of the biggest things with Sauce Gardner heading into the NFL was he could get a little bit grabby. That was one of the biggest critiques that I've seen of him. And obviously, like, there aren't many critiques because he was someone who obviously went 4th overall for a good reason. And if the Jets didn't take him, he was not going to fall much further. He was a sure top 10 pick. Let's put it to you that way. A sure top 10 pick. I think the best corner in the class. Apparently, not everyone. The Houston Texans don't agree. And there were some other people who obviously thought differently. But still, Sauce Gardner has been everything you could have possibly asked for and more. I think people expected him to become a plus starter and, you know, a Pro Bowl caliber player in his career, but doing it right away is impressive. Corner is one of the hardest positions to play in the NFL. Defense in general is extremely difficult to play. Obviously, with the rule changes now, it's very hard for defenders to stick with wide receivers, and he's done just that. And obviously they have a pretty big test this upcoming week as they're going up against Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. No Tua Tagovailoa, which I'm sure we'll get into later this week. So that from an offensive standpoint on the Dolphins side is going to hurt. Teddy Bridgewater is not the same caliber quarterback as Tua, but it's still, for both DJ Reed and Sauce Gardner, a great test. And you know, all offseason long, I think I've tried to express how underrated I thought DJ Reed was. I thought he was going to come in and be a really solid starting outside corner on this team. He was great in Seattle the last couple of years. He knew Robert Saleh and that system. He's small in stature, right? He's only 5'9". He's not a tall, lanky corner like Sauce Gardner is, but he is he plays bigger than what he actually is. Like, that's what I've kind of tried to push, the narrative that I was trying to push out there and my thought on him. And that's been true so far. I think he's an extremely aggressive player. I like how he comes down and makes plays at the line of scrimmage. He's aggressive. The interception, obviously, that he had in the first week of the year, all really good stuff, all really quality stuff. And like, going forward, again, there are going to be some big tests. They are going to go against some solid quarterbacks coming up. Obviously, they have the Vikings, so you have Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen to deal with. This matchup is obviously a tough one. They haven't played the Bills yet, and Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs and their stable of weapons that they have. So there are big tests, and it's only 4 games through the year. But I don't know how you can't look at this and the production from both of those guys and say that they have upgraded massively at the position. And I'm someone who I really like Bryce Hall a lot. I think he's someone who can be a starter in this league. He's been inactive for this team. I thought he was pretty good last year. Brandon Echols is someone that they like a lot, and he was someone who I thought in a lot of ways overachieved last year. He's been really good. So they have depth there at the position, and they have two guys obviously in Hall and Echols, who had starting experience, who were okay to, average starting outside corners. They upgraded Sauce by drafting Sauce and DJ Reed, and it's made a big difference. And I think the pass rush begins to figure things out a little bit more. This week was a much better week for the pass rush and the defensive line. I think this defense could be, I don't want to go as far and say dangerous. I don't think they're quite there yet. I still think that they need a little bit more on the defensive side of the ball before I would call them dangerous. But how about not atrocious? Because early on this year and all of last year, the defense was brutally, brutally bad. 32 in DVOA, last in almost everything. They were giving up historic amount of points and rushing yards, but rushing defense has actually been really, I think, impressive through the first little bit here of the season. And obviously in the passing game, Sauce and DJ Reed have been great. It's really, for defense, it's going to be on how well the linebackers can play. We know CJ Mosley's lost a little bit of a step. I thought Quan Alexander was great this week, and Jordan Whitehead and LaMarcus Joyner were phenomenal. They played arguably their best game. And through the first 3 weeks of the year, it was the safety position that was absolutely killing the New York Jets, and that was the polar opposite this past week. They were great. I thought both Whitehead and Joyner, who, I was extremely hard on Joyner, as were a lot of Jet fans, and I thought he was really, really good. But, man, DJ Reed and Sauce Gardner, what they've done early on this year, it's too good not to talk about. So just wanted to get that out there, those numbers out there, and how impressed I've been with both those guys. Sound off in the comments or get after me on social media, your take on Sauce Gardner and/or DJ Reed. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Matt O'Leary. I'll catch you next time.